Hello again, Struckweb. Today it's gonna be a Warhammer Chaosbane day, as I did mention yesterday. So, I did notice a glitch. I did notice something in the game, which is kind of annoying. And it is that, per se, unlocking skills, such as those invasion skills here, those two, or three, or even the stronger potions ones. So invasion skills and stronger potions, when you unlock some of those and you switch your loadout out, they are no longer unlocked, but when you go to your invasion progression, it is still saying the same thing. So this is an annoying bug which I really hope they actually fix, because that doesn't look like a feature to me. That purely reeks out of everywhere of being a bug. So hopefully they fix it, because it is a very annoying glitch and it kind of made me rearrange some of my loadout things. So now I have to keep changing items. I have to keep getting stuff from different loadouts and putting them in my number one loadout, unless I decide to restart my invasion and then unlock all those nodes again. This is kind of annoying, but not much can be done. I decided to try play a bit with a more crit damage oriented setup and to play with the challenge set today, just to see how well it fares compared to playing with the other set. I can tell you right now that I can get much more attack now with this set. It's nowhere near the 4 million something attack I could get before. So I'm gonna go and do some invasion nodes quickly. Let's do some invasion nodes. So let's start going this way for those things. So yeah, hopefully the developers do realize about this bug being kind of nasty and annoying and decide to fix it soon.
Nothing can stop you.
Now this is some easy chaos invasion, so I'm just gonna push through everything. Just unlock some more of those nodes. I did actually use this set, and whatever I couldn't complete last time I was streaming, that Chaos 5 node, I did manage to complete thankfully with this set. Yes, it did give me a bit more damage when I stack up some stuff. So yeah, the Undefeated is still a slightly superior set compared to the new one, but the new one is not so bad at all. Just with this set, when you stack up all the rage, you can still get a ton of damage, and that's with me having bad gear. Once I upgrade my gear, it would be much better.
Nothing can stop you.
Wait, am I going the right way? I'm assuming I am.
Nothing can stop you.
Oh, wait a second, I forgot something. Just give me a moment, quickly. I forgot to start one of my chat softwares. And today, as yesterday, I've disabled the... not disabled, but I've rerouted the text-to-speech to only show up on my end. So no more text-to-speech, if for any of you it was annoying. Okay, just give me 20 more seconds and I'm gonna be ready. There we go, it's loading up. Loading up, and it loaded. Now, yeah, let's go finish this invasion quickly. I want to get some more resistance, because if I want Ring of Resonance, it's gonna take a while. I might be able to handle Chaos 5, but probably Chaos 6 I would need more damage for. And definitely more resistance. I'm finding it weird how my energy seems to not be enough. My energy does seem to drain a bit more with this build compared to the other one. And that's strange because I'm actually using Wasp Bastion Heroic, which should be giving me more energy. Very strange. Oh, and did I change my skills? I forgot. So, Trail of Blood is fine. I need Deadbow, Deep Gashes, Trail of Blood, Eternal Grudge. I could remove Trail of Blood. And so I do have those two. I need this one here, Rage being more effective. And do I want to go for a bit of Spite Smite? So Spite Smite or Trail of Blood? Oh, and why am I using Cleaver? Shit, I forgot what I had there before. Oh yeah, I had Call to Oath. I did have Call to Oath there. So let's try and play with this first and then play with the other one. And the next invasion note. Is gonna keep pushing in every direction to get those resistance nodes. That's gonna be the priority for now. I think the game sounds might be a bit too loud, so let's quickly do something like this. Yeah, a bit better. Now even my basic attacks tend to do up to 1 million. But that's on a low chaos difficulty where the enemies don't have that much damage reduction, I assume. It would be a bit different when it comes to the chaos 5, 6, etc. I still do need Ring of Resonance in order to make the most out of this, to make the most out of stunning the enemies and causing bleeding enemies to get stunned and everything, and to use, actually, instead of using the fire version of Code to Oath, then I'm gonna be using the second version, the one that does secondary damage to stunned enemies, but for that I need Drink of Resonance, and Drink of Resonance would take a lot of farming. It will take an immense amount of farming to be able to get it, because the final nodes in the invasion might not be doable with my current setup. We'll see. This is where Ring of Resonance is, and that means Chaos 6 nodes, and not a small amount of them. 3 Chaos 6 nodes. So yeah, even if I get those here, I'm still gonna go through 3 Chaos 6 nodes if I want to get Ring of Resonance. So for now, my priority would be the Corruption Resistance. Can get 3 more nodes with Corruption Resistance. And then I can get all those other little nodes that would really help me in my climbing. I'm just gonna keep pushing the easy ones first. So first is gonna be the easy ones, then it's gonna be the other ones. And when I get bored, I could start and play with vollen a bit. So yeah, on these easy ones, I'm just gonna try and speed through them. Just kill enough enemies on my way to unlock the creature. And when I get to something that's more of a challenge, that later parts of the invasion nodes, then I'm gonna be stopping for every elite. But for now I'm just gonna be speeding through those nodes. I probably won't be able to get the Ring of Resonance today, but I could probably get some of the things needed to do it. Some of the resistance nodes. Because I did start my stream a bit late. I kind of woke up at 8 in the evening. I'm not sure why I ended up sleeping for 11 or 12 hours today, but okay, I guess that happens. So I was planning on farming before streaming. I was planning on farming, getting some level ups, getting some gems, etc. But that did not happen because I did oversleep. Alright, red item. I'm gonna grab some of the other junk items as well. Which reminds me, I probably need to put some of my current items in the warehouse. So what did we get? Boots of Grimnir. I'm keeping some of my alternative setup items with me. Where did it go? Where did it go? Boots of Grimnir. I'm not gonna sort out through the Grimnir items yet. I've not gotten to sorting out Grimnir and Wastsong items. I've only sorted out my Ever Peak and my Undefeated set. So today I'm playing, as you can see, with the Undefeated set. And yeah, it does give me more damage than playing with the Ever Peak set. Right now, maybe the Ever Peak set would be a bit stronger later on when I figure out a better crit damage oriented setup with better items that fit that build. But I do like Wasp Bastion Heroic a bit more than Strike of the Anvil, because this gives me more survivability, more sustain of my energy, and some extra damage. Whereas Strike of the Anvil Heroic gives me also some extra damage, but it doesn't give me that health regen increase and energy increase compared to a non-heroic Last bastion. Ah shit, I was untying my hair. Okay, there we go. That was a faster loading than I expected. Alright, let's group them up, since this is a arena. I think something's happening with my cooldown reduction. I should be having much more cooldown reduction proccing. Maybe I need to... Was Fiery Ring of Tori based on crits? Performing on critical hit has a chance to reduce any current cooldowns. And I'm not using the pendant that restores the cooldowns, a mountain pendant. I might as well try and use a mountain pendant if I find a good one. I really want a good mountain pendant with crit chance and cooldown reduction. To stack it up for those easy levels, cooldown reduction would be my best friend. For the easy parts where I don't need that much crit chance, crit damage, all I need is just more cooldown reduction. Although crit chance equates to cooldown reduction when you're using Fiery Ring of Tori. But I can sacrifice some damage until it gets until I get to the harder invasions, to the Chaos 5, 6 and... yeah, actually 5 and 6 there are no Chaos 7 invasion nodes. Okay, let's get out of here. I'm just gonna start the next one right away. Next off, do I wanna go grab those nodes? So if I wanna go and grab this one, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13. Okay, let's grab those at the middle first. It would be faster to grab those. Okay, just killing some enemies to make sure I've got the quota. So as you can see, I've not even equipped my wood find pendant. Maybe I should, because I don't need that God Skills heal ability right now. I'm gonna lose some crit damage though, but that's fine. So yeah, let's kill those and let's quickly change my setup to include the wood quality pendant. Okay, I think I've killed everything I could here. Let's see if I can change gear. I still can't. There must be an enemy nearby. Let's see now. I still can't unequip and equip. I should be able to. There we go. Now I can. So for a Chaos 2, the wood quality being 2.5k, it's not that bad. And that is with 42% crit chance. Wow, am I seeing things right? I have 4 stacks of Duelist Chain Reaction. I thought this goes all the way to 3 stacks only. So, okay, they've buffed Duelist Chain Reaction from 50% per stack to 100% per stack, and then made it from 3 stacks maximum to 4 stacks maximum. So from 150% all the way to 400% that you can get from Duelist Chain Reaction. That is a huge buff. More than double. Can't be happier about this. Pretty nice seeing such buffs being added to things like Duel's Chain Reaction. Things that were a great source of DPS for any build that Bragi or other classes might want to get. Now there's all the more reason to be using Duel's Chain Reaction. I don't see why not to use Duel's Chain Reaction. That's 400 increased damage if you're using skills with cooldown. Even if you only use 2 skills with cooldown, you're still gonna be able to somehow benefit from it, even if you can't get the 4 stacks. And this build is using 3 skills with cooldown. It's using all skills with cooldown it can get. Strike of the Anvil, Last Bastion and Call to Oath. I'm gonna try with using the secondary damage to stun targets Call to Oath later. Okay, we're getting this and then we're moving out to the next one. It's a bit boring doing the low level invasion nodes, but it has to be done. I do wish we could just reset certain nodes instead of resetting the whole thing and just keep repeating those certain nodes. Next off, this is getting unlocked and we're going down this route. Prague invasion, nice, I love Prague invasions. It's probably my favorite invasions to do, the ones in Act 2. Don't know why, but I like the enemies there the most. And the map layouts as well. Big horn chest. The horny chest. I do seem to run out of energy quicker this time around. Let me quickly check something with the skills. Whether this uses more energy than this. It doesn't say. Wait, why does it not say how much energy it uses? That's kind of annoying. I do want to see how much energy this skill is using, because I know it uses energy. Just grouping them up for some AoEs, although they're a bit slow when it comes sometimes to grouping them up. So by the time I've got a decent group, half of it is already dead on this certain difficulty. So the bonuses my set, the challenge set, gives his rage damage bonuses are increased. And it was nerfed substantially. I think this was 100% or was it 90% or so before? I can't remember, I need to check some of my old videos. I do have a backup of them on an external hard drive, so I'm gonna check them, or I could just watch them online, I guess. But yeah, this is now only 25% rage damage bonuses. But the Last Bastion being improved is pretty nice. I will try the Grimnir set one of those days. And maybe why not tomorrow, today actually, why not today? I think I've got every piece collected and I do have enough blessing fragments to kind of bless 5 items, was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe I can try the Grimnir set later today. just to compare how it will be damage wise. Wait, which way am I supposed to go? Oh, I see now. Around here somewhere. But didn't I come from there? Like from this way? Oh, I can also farm some fragments now. I've got enough bloodlust collected, so let's do this. I do wish I could make huge trains of enemies, like enemies following me all the way from the start to the end of the map, so that I can just group them up and then kill everyone with this bloodlust thing. And farming those fragments on some of the lower difficulties seems to give me more fragments per hour. So when I go for fragment farming, I don't try to go into Chaos 4, 5, 6, 7. I would rather go into Chaos 1, 2, 3 or something, where I can go in easily, quickly kill some enemies, fill up 2 or 3, or even sometimes I just wait for just one of those to be filled and then use it right away. Of course, if you max it out, you can use better skills, which could help you probably farm better. But the number of enemies you can kill with one use of the bloodlust is kind of limited before it runs out. So I do strongly suggest just going for one of those orbs getting filled before using the bloodlust if you go for fragment farming sessions. So like this, I think this is good enough. Let's use. Oh, and there's some enemies getting summoned. There should be some more here. Let's get them before it's over. Oh, I couldn't get more to spawn. I thought I was in a good spot that there's gonna be some more enemies coming, but they didn't. Yeah, maybe I should have waited a bit and put more enemies. But anyways, the main point of me farming right now is not the fragments, it's just doing those invasions. Okay. I also want to read something about my archetypes. Oh, my game crashed. Damn. Come on. I'm not sure whether you're seeing this, but it says game will crash. Chaosbane dash crash dump the date .dmp file will be created. You can find the file in the exe folder and you can send it to blah 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 at blah blah blah.com. Okay, let's restart the game. So there are some crashes that they need to sort out. Okay. It sucks that I was right at the end of that. I'm just gonna skip this intro. Okay, let's play again. But yeah, I miss my old damage. I do still have a screenshot where my damage on this class was 4.7 million, like the one you can see here with all the stacked buffs and everything. Now I can get it to like what, 600,000-700,000, something like that. Okay, let's see some of the new wood I got. This is for sale. When it comes to Last Song and Grimnir, I do put the stuff in the warehouse for now, until I start working towards Last Song or Grimnir. So I had Last Song here, now I had a Grimnir one. Last Song Grimnir, Last Song Grimnir. I'm making sure I'm only carrying challenge and Everpeak. Oh, there's a lot of challenge boots. I want to get rid of all of those unnecessary ones. I keep forgetting about that. I've been stacking up because I knew challenge set would be the second set I'm gonna try after trying the new one. So yeah, I need to get rid of all the unnecessary challenge boots. So here I've got green ones with wood quality and 5.9 resistance to damage over time and speed bonus. So I think all the red ones are probably unnecessary. The best would be something with slightly better wood quality for when I'm farming. But I doubt it. Maybe just something with counter. Oh, this even has counter attack damage. So what can I get from those boots that are missing? Oh, energy. Yeah, I don't care about that. 20 energy, 22 energy, 24 energy. Let's get rid of those. And that's gonna give me nice chunk of inventory room saved up. So I did get one more level here, so we're getting to 3%, 3.5%. The good thing about this is you can always go down and up, so if you don't like using something you can always change it. So if you want to be healing yourselves, it's quite nice. And I think while doing invasion, this is probably the best one you can use, legendary healing. So when I'm using skills like avenging charger, this uses energy, that means I would be healing. When I'm using this axe skill, I'm gonna be generating energy, so I won't be healing. Currently with this setup I only have one skill that uses energy, and it's this one. Energy cost 14. Oh, it's showing me the energy cost now. Earlier it didn't want to show me the energy cost. Yeah, now it's showing me 14, so it doesn't matter which one I'm using. I'm not sure what happened earlier, but this one, and this one, it didn't show the energy cost. It only showed skill points and level required, and that's it. Nurgle. We're getting close to the middle. Let's kill the healers first, by the way. Oh, are there exploding enemies, or is that... I think this is the caster's attack. And the Forge Heart. Was this it? Yeah. Quick arena. Alright, let's go for the next one. The next one, this one, and then I'm gonna go left and right, get that damage resistance, damage over time resistance, which is really needed, the corruption one. With my old gear, I could afford sometimes to not have that much corruption resistance, because I was dealing shit tons of damage. So I could speed run without taking most of the resistance and just go for a Ring of Resonance sometimes. With this undefeated set before it got rebalanced. I think it's not gonna be doing the numbers I was seeing. Even if I had my old characters, which was doing 150 million damage, even on Chaos 7. I think now it would be doing no more than 100 or 80 million with my old gear, the way it is. But since they buffed up duelist chain reaction, it probably would still be doing very close to that damage I had before, due to the increase of how much is it, between 150 and, yeah, like let's say 250 extra crit damage from just duelist chain reaction maxed out, from 150 to 400% crit damage. I want to see something. 948 with 4 stacks. And I did have at one point around 1000 and something percent crit damage. Not sure what else got nerfed, but I think the rage got nerfed. The rage bonuses in general, not just the ones from my armor set, but in general. Come on, jump down. Shit, why does it not want to jump down? There we go. Okay. I'm actually no longer picking up some of those yellow items. Maybe I should pick them up just to sell them to the NPC for some extra fragments every level. Because when it comes to unlocking those skills here, those skills, I really don't need those. Well, I need those when I'm farming fragments, but I don't do that often. And I really do not need this. That's why I'm not pushing towards leveling up the Collector's Guild right now. But at some point I'm gonna start farming for Collector's Guild levels. Because each Collector's Guild level gives you some fragments. And those fragments eventually would be really needed. Okay, where is the healer? Let's get the healer first. Ooh, boy, he almost got me. Ah, no, no, no. No, 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 no. The damage over time is already starting to hurt. So, which way do I want to go? Let's see. I'm looking for the ones before that. So this is Act 4 and this is Act 1. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go this way first. The Shifting Labyrinth is a fun map. The good thing about maps like the Shifting Labyrinth is, even though there will be corruption, there's no enemies actually on maps like that. You no longer can die from the corruption. You can stay on 1 HP and you're just running around the map trying to find your way out. It's a kind of like an interesting version. I wish there were more maps like that one in the Invasion. I think there's like just a few. 3 maybe, or maybe even 2. Let's pick up some yellow trash. And time for some fragments. Wondering if the elites can drop more fragments. This got me 4 fragments. Okay. And I'm really happy that we can exchange one fragment type for another. This also greatly helps with focusing all your fragments into a certain build. Even if you don't need the blue and green, you can always replace them for something else. Okay, so let's move this way, I think.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
Let's get those crits going.
Nothing can stop you.
How's my cooldown reduction, by the way? Yeah, I've been noticing it's weak. 37% is very, very, very bad for cooldown reduction. I need to change some of my accessories or something. Or I could change a weapon, because weapons can give you very nice number of cooldown reduction, like 9% or so, 8.5. So yeah, I think I'm gonna change the Forge Heart. Oh, look at this fire damage, it's... Wow, okay, my attack is 1.4 million and this is 2.7, so the Forge Heart will be an amazing axe if I get one with cooldown reduction. Damn. Do I have a red Forge Heart with cooldown reduction? Oh man, I really want an axe with crit chance and cooldown reduction. I think that's the only one I've got that gives me this. I'm gonna have to switch to this one for now. But yeah, ideally I would really want to try and play with the Forge Heart that is green, has cooldown reduction and crit chance. Even if it doesn't have crit damage or damage, I'm willing to sacrifice those. Were there some enemies here? Come on, die, 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 die. Okay. We got some fragments farmed, let's go pick them up. Let's sell all this yellow junk. Oh, I'm full. And now imagine me getting a green item. Not being able to pick it up. You did see me get a green item 3 days ago when I was streaming this. Again, from a Chaos 3 node, but I had much better wood quality than now. Now my wood quality is under 3000. I think I had 3.4 or 3.5. So I was going for a more crit chance instead of crit damage setup. With this set I decided to get this piece with crit damage, and what else? This one is with crit damage, this one is with crit damage. So I decided to get 3 pieces with crit damage instead of the mixed crit chance damage and crit damage pieces. And I think it's paying off when it comes to damage numbers. I'm seeing higher numbers than 3 days ago with the other set. So let's switch the axes. I'm missing my cooldown reduction and I Just really need to play with the better cooldown reduction. I did get another legendary rank.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
Much better now with the cooldown reduction, much better. And the damage is not that bad. For switching green with the red, I'm suffering what, couple million for the basic. It's not even that heavy. I'm still doing up to 13-14 million. I think the highest crit I saw before was 17, so that's not so terrible.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
And I will be doing some of those days, I will be leveling up my other characters so I can stream with them. I just haven't had enough time to explore this and vollen yet to be able to move on to something else, so I want to take things step by step.
Nothing can stop you.
Is there a chest here? Oh, a big chest. Big boy chest. With a siege breaker ring inside. Well, now I gotta return from where I came.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
Okay, moving on. Did I pick up any blue items and yellow items? Not this time. Alright, 4 more nodes to get this resistance. This is kind of the boring part of the invasion, but not much can be done. You gotta do those low level invasions. Okay. Let's see if there's a good chest here.
Nothing can stop you.
Oh, big boy red chest.
Nothing can stop you.
I'm still to test if the Forge Heart would get procced by the flames from the Grimnir set. So maybe later today, once I unlock some of those nodes with resistance, we can try and experiment with this, see how it goes.
Nothing can stop you.
Okay, this was close. Now I need to find enemies to kill with this mode. Come on, give me those fragments, give me those fragments. There should be some more here, come on. Alright. Let's go back to pick up whatever we left. I'm going the wrong way, as I thought.
Nothing can stop you.
I think it's this way. Yeah, that should be the right way.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
Okay. Getting there. I wonder how we can report bugs without having to go to the Steam forums. If there's a direct way to send bug reports to the developers. This bug I discovered today with the skills not counting when you're having loadouts, with the invasion nodes and walks not counting when you change loadouts. Might be pretty nasty when it comes to the loadout system. Nah, I'm not a big fan of this map. Never been. Too much crowd control. Like, almost every enemy can pull you. The ones with the banners can, the assassin ones can, the big guys can pull you. At least those ones with the hoodies cannot pull you, thankfully.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
Okay, I need to kill some more. I think that's a good place to stop.
Nothing can stop you.
And that's also a good place to stop. T-junction.
Nothing can stop you.
Oh, what is this? Challenger boots. I don't really need red ones of those anymore. Unless they give like 30% wood quality or something. Just the perfect time for those portals to start showing up with enemies from them. When I needed fragment farming, perfect. Oh, that was close. I was close to dying there. Right, let's keep moving, because they won't stop spawning. Okay, getting very close to this node, and then it's gonna be the ones around it as well. Oh, it's the labyrinth, nice. Even though I can die from damage over time, there's meteors on this map which can kill me, so I still have to keep healing myself. Let's see. So this is the beginning, from where I started. Ah, come on, really? Really? So this should be again me back to the beginning. Oh no, that's not me back to the beginning. Okay, I already went that way. Let's go this way. Then before I had actually written down the way I need to go in a document for this labyrinth. So I had it all memorized or something. Let's check that way. Back to this place. Let me quickly check if I still got this text document. Labyrinth. Where could I have put it? It's probably in my Warhammer folder. Let me just quickly check. I think I've got the solution for this thing. somewhere here. Shifting labyrinth. Okay, there we go. So first it's right, up, up, down, up. Okay. So if I go to the beginning, then right, up, up, down, up. This is why I like saving things like this. Okay, let me just quickly. So right, up, up, down, up. Once we reach the beginning. I'm gonna try and get to the beginning though. I think to get to the beginning I need to keep going this way. So is this the beginning? No. Is this the beginning? Yeah, that's the beginning. So right, up, up, down, up from here, and we should be able to reach the correct spot.
Nothing can stop you.
There we go. So yeah, that's the solution. If you guys end up doing this one and find yourself trying to find the way, it's right, up, up, down, and up. So we got this one sorted. Next one. I might actually make some solutions for all those labyrinths and record them, because maybe someone might need this, although it's fine to just provide the text solution. I mean, giving the directions is more than enough most of the time.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
Well, I don't have room for this. I've picked up a lot of junk. Now I have to kill all the enemies nearby to be able to drop it. I need to kill someone to be able to drop all that junk. Come on. There should be an enemy nearby here somewhere, which I'm not seeing. Where is it? I'm not seeing the enemy. It could be the damage over time, that sucks. Okay, let's try and go back for this red item after killing those enemies here. Maybe that's gonna be enough. No. Really? I mean, this is the worst part of the game, not being able to drop items during invasion because of this damage over time you're taking constantly. And I end up picking up items I don't want to pick when I'm just moving my mouse around them. So imagine me getting a green item now and not being able to pick it up due to this fucking bullshit. And there is no way to destroy items as well. There should be like a button here that says destroy, so you can just destroy some of the gear you don't need, or just throw it away or whatever.
Nothing can stop you.
And the game's been out for quite some time. Even though it's an indie game with a small team, it should have options like those in there to get rid of items. I mean, you can drop items when you're not taking damage, but they never thought of invasions when they made this system, I guess, because it was made before invasions were added. So they should have reworked this after the invasion was introduced to be able to drop items even when you're suffering from some damage over time. So damage over time, if it's from the invasion, damage over time should not be considered for you being in combat. Once that's done, then all this would be solved without them having to do much. So all they need to do is just to remove the ability for this damage over time to consider you as being inside combat. That way any other type of damage over time, any other type of damage you're taking would be considered as you being inside combat state. I should probably equip something with more resistance to damage over time. But I don't have one with cooldown reduction and resistance when it comes to helmets. Or do I? No, I don't. This is more cooldown, less HP, less wood quality, less cost reduction. And why am I saving so many ever peak things? So this is for the resistance to damage over time, this is for the wood quality, and this is for the cooldown reduction. And what if I do this? This one is for... Just want to get rid of one of those. And this is a mixture, resistance to damage over time and cooldown reduction. So yeah, I can probably get rid of the one here. Okay, I think I can get rid of this one. Damage over time resistance. Oh, this is also damage over time resistance. Actually should be equipping some of the damage over time things. Why did I save this one? It's not giving me damage. The only thing about it is damage over time. Yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of that one too. So my damage over time resistance is 24%. I can get it to like 30 if I were to equip a helmet with damage over time resistance. But then that's 5.6% less cooldown reduction. So what I'm wearing would have to do for now. What about this one? Is that a better option? Less damage, more cooldown reduction, less resistance to damage over time. I really need a better one of this, the Pendant of Taunting. Right, time to put some of the Wast Song stuff inside the warehouse and the Grimnir stuff. So my weight is down to 55. That's fine. 55 is manageable. Still can wood enough items. And here we are. We unlocked this corruption resistance. So there's 30% corruption resistance combined with 24.4 resistance to damage over time, which I'm assuming applies to corruption resistance. I really don't know whether it does. I might actually check it sometime. I might go and equip unequip items. So look at that, now I'm taking damage over time, but I'm assuming I can unequip and equip items. Why wasn't I on the previous map? I think the previous map had some additional damage over time, like some poison damage over time from the map itself. Oh, I did not dodge on time. I should have used my vulnerability. Alright, let's go defeat the creature, if I know the right way. Guess I'm going the right way. Alright. Any chests here? No chest. Heal, heal, heal. Come on, heal. There we go. Alright, we got this note unlocked as well. Already 40% completion on this. I actually decided to skip this one for now. I really don't need it, but later when I want to go for 100%, I'm gonna do it. For now, let's just make things as easy as we can before I push for a Ring of Resonance. Once I get the Ring of Resonance, it's a game changer for the setup. Especially if I get a good one. If I don't get a good one, then I'm gonna need a lot of time to get a few more ones for a better roll.
Nothing can stop you.
Come on, what the hell was happening with my energy? It was not regenerating. Fuck, my energy was not regenerating even though I was using Axe Throw, which gives me 6%. No idea why. Maybe due to the crowd controls? I think it's the stairs. When I'm on the stairs, it doesn't seem to be hitting the shots that easy. But I was not on stairs back then, I was on a flat ground.
Nothing can stop you.
Again, my energy did not want to regenerate. Ah, fuck. I hate this map. Fucking Act 3 with all the pulls. They made too many enemies having the exact same attack. This is fucking lazy development. Putting the exact same attack on every single enemy of this map. Like 90% of the enemies can do that probably. On this map, this pulling attack. And oh, look at what's happening. I know what's happening. I'm not using my last bastion because I replaced some items. That's why my energy is suffering and my health regeneration is suffering. I've been pressing my number 4 skill to regenerate, but yeah, no wonder it's been so bad recently, the last few maps. Now I need to kill all those enemies and make sure I can equip my skill again. Without my heroic skill, it's kind of, yeah, hard mode. That thing heals me by a lot and it increases my HP by 50%, my maximum HP. Let's hope I can equip it. Well, I'm gonna have to complete the map without it, because the fucking game does not want to let me... There we go, it did let me, finally. Well, that's now a different story.
Nothing can stop you.
Did it die? It died. Okay, let's just move then. And now it was Bastion, even my damage would be higher, because I was missing one of my skills with cooldown by not having Last Bastion in my skill bar. And this is something they still haven't fixed. When you're switching gear like this, you're losing your... even if it's the exact same item. So let's try and demonstrate it with another item of the same set. This, another challenge set item. So when I'm doing that, regardless whether it's the same item or not, it keeps removing your heroic skill. And that shouldn't be the case. If you're changing one item of another version of the exact same item, you should not be losing those heroic things from your skill bar. The way they've coded this is very lame. Very lame and very stupid, and it doesn't make sense for it to be that way. I know why it is that way. I know what must have been done to the script. But yeah. It just shouldn't be that way. If you're changing items from the same set to other items from the same set, you should not be losing your heroic skills during the replacing things. Because what's happening is the game is unequipping the item first and then equipping the other. When you unequip the item, you lose the set bonus because you're one item short of the set. That removes the skill from your skill bar and so on. But it shouldn't unequip the item and equip the other. You should just quickly swap them so you keep retaining your set bonus and you keep retaining your skills on the skill bar without having to re-equip them every time. That's been one of the things that was bugging me since I started playing the game long ago, and it's still not fixed. I mean, hasn't anyone bothered to report this to the developers as being a ridiculously stupid feature in the game? If I had a button somewhere here to send feedback, I would have been sending them some feedback about how to improve their game to not be ridiculously annoying. So now we're pushing on to the other one for extra resistance. Alright, already unlocked. Let's push towards the creature.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
Yeah, I jumped in the wrong place. Okay, keep moving, keep moving. Next one would be this one. So there's a few more Chaos ones. No, actually, it's already moving on to Chaos 2. What's this rank 1, by the way? Rank 1. Does the rank change? Oh, it's this here. Yeah, it's that thing being the rank. Never mind. I had it unlocked until rank 29 or something before. Because when you complete something, it unlocks the next 9 ranks. So if I complete rank 10, it will unlock all the way until to rank 19, I think. When I get the corruption resistance to like 60%, I should be good to go to try and attempt clearing out the enemies for the Ring of Resonance. The only problem would be the boss fight. I still whack the damage. Highest damage I've seen with my green weapon, when I had very low cooldown with it, was 17 million. Now the highest with this setup is 15. And that probably would be less on that zone. We'll see. And if it ends up being one of those enemies that keeps summoning healers, if I don't have the damage to out DPS the healing, it's gonna be a bad time. Okay, let's check the minimap. I think I'm going this way. Alright, I can safely go and kill the enemy. Now, I think it's here. Yes, it's here. It's gonna do the AoE in a moment if I don't stun. The good thing is you can stun those enemies. Even though they're end of map bosses, you can still stun them. I'm gonna do something. Since I don't need the fire damage on Call to Oath, I'm not playing with the Forge Heart right now. I'm just gonna go to the more damage version of it, this one. What could I upgrade? Oh yeah, I need this one with the bleeding. Well, I'm using the one with the bleeding, okay. Or do I want to use the chance to stun? I think bleeding is better. Cause healing based on bleeding and healing based on rage door. Oh no, increases a maximum health bonus based on the number of bleeding and heals based on the rage level, which is what I need. I want healing based on rage level. It's much better. Well, I still have some points to spend. Not sure what to upgrade though. I don't want to upgrade this because I want rage being more effective. The other version is, instead of rage being more effective, it's just the immunity to slow when rage is high. If I remove the crit chance and put Spite Smite, it would be some extra damage. But my crit chance, do I want to lose it? Okay, let's try this. Let's remove this. Let's add some Spite Smite into the mix. Even if it's just a basic one. 20% is 20%, so targets under 30% HP. Although most of the times things would die quickly. So I think it's better to have more crit chance. That's gonna be a good swap for later, for Chaos 5-6 nodes. It would be a good swap, because currently the crit chance is helping me reduce my cooldowns, which means faster Strike of the Anvil recasts. Yeah, I hate this act, as you already probably know. So I'm just gonna try and quickly kill some enemies. Wait, what's happening with the cooldown? 13 seconds? Skill cooldowns are increased for all players. Oh, this is the worst map mod ever. Skill cooldowns increased for all players. For my build, this is probably the worst thing that could happen. Where I'm relying on my cooldown. And that's a what, 13-17 second cooldown. Wow, this is just too much for this build to handle. So I'm just gonna try and kill stuff as I go. Skip those elites. I'm gonna have to be using my basic attack, which thankfully is not so bad. Still haven't killed enough enemies to push the big monster. Oh boy. Let's leave this cooldown increase map. Yeah, this was one of the annoying ones. When you have skill cooldowns are increased, it sucks. Let's sell some of the junk. Grimnir with... I think I can sell this. And maybe this one. How many more nodes? 1, 2, 3 more nodes to get the corruption resistance. Once we get those, I'm gonna go hard left for that corruption resistance over there. The one before the potion nodes. Please tell me there's no cooldown bonuses. Crit chance being reduced on this map all the way to 25%, so it's twice as less. 50% to what it was before. I'm wondering if this modifier reduces crit chance by a flat percent or whether it just halves it, because it seems to have halved it for me. Maybe just a coincidence and maybe just removes 25% crit chance. Alright, we can now rush to the enemy at the end of the map. Hoping I'm taking the right way. Getting there. I must have taken the wrong turn here.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
Just checking this invasion's wood quality. So when it comes to invasions, if you want good wood quality, you kind of need to push higher ranks. And it's still not gonna be anywhere near getting 900% extra wood quality from an expedition, from a relic hunt, not an expedition, pardon me. So yeah, expeditions are still the way when it comes to farming items. What invasions are for, they are for farming better rows on those rings of resonance, ring of shadows, ring of dexterity, etc. Other than that, I don't see any reason for people to do invasions once they unlock everything on there once. Like all the potion skills, all the chain reaction skills and so on. Once you've unlocked them once, unless you want better rolls on the rings, there doesn't seem to be anything other than that to motivate people to repeating them. The goat is actually nice, even though I've been dying a lot, I didn't go down that much in goat. Let's see, grudge holder, is that one of the new axes? It does seem like a new one, or maybe I just forgot it. Counterattack damage axe. Counterattack based on rage level. I also generate, oh, that's for the new build with taunting enemies and getting damage and stuff based on taunted enemies and so on. This is something that dropped freshly, but this doesn't have cooldown reduction, so I'm just gonna sell it. Or maybe keep it for now. I'm gonna keep it for now, because I might not get another one soon. Alright, few more notes. Champion of Swanesh. Demonic portals, heroes damage decreases in proportion to missing energy, pools of blood. This is manageable. But it's oh yeah, it's an arena. Even better, those are quick. If only there were more nodes like this in the invasion, it would have been so much faster and better to speed through it. Even if it's just this arena and enemies coming in bulks and in waves, I would prefer it. Like, make something for 5 minutes to try and survive. Bunches of monsters coming in waves. It would have been nice. Okay, I had to mute my mic for a moment there. But yeah, there's like just this note and then we get that extra 15% corruption resistance, which we do need. I probably would be able to get 60% corruption resistance before I end my stream today. Hello, Cow Dawan, welcome to my Twitch, dude. Nice to have you here and welcome to the Struck Club. How are you tonight or today, depending on your time zone? As you can see, I'm pushing my invasion progress, trying to get back to where I was before my character data got deleted.
Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Struck Club.
Yeah, it is a journey. I'm probably gonna get this 60% corruption resistance by the end of my stream today, but I don't think I will be able to push it quick enough to get the Ring of Resonance. And even if I get to the Ring of Resonance, I might not be strong enough. Oh, nice. You're from France, so you're from the country that where the studio who makes this game is. The developers of this game are French, from what I've heard. There's also another interesting game in the genre, if you know it, Wolsen, who is made from French developers, and it's also an action RPG shooter. So two decent action RPG shooters from France.
Nothing can stop you.
And there's some interviews that the CEO of Echo Games. Oh, nice. I haven't played Wolsen in a while. I was very disappointed with the story mode difficulty. I mean, the game is not forgiving for newbies. So if you're a casual player and you're playing Wolsen, the game is just pushing you into going for the meta. If you're not playing the meta, then you're complete trash. That's how Wolsen felt when they released the story mode. I mean, I've had Wolsen since early alpha, before they changed everything. When I had Wolsen, it only had one map, it didn't have any quests, it didn't have many waypoints, just a few. So it was named Umbra back then. And when they updated the story mode and they included the Act 1 story mode, I could not complete the first big boss, the Paladin guy or whatever his name was. And this was disappointing because I really wanted to be able to complete the game without much trouble, and I tried like 5 or 4 times. I'm gonna go back to Wolsen sometime when I find some storage room, because I only have 1 terabyte storage, and I have another 1 terabyte external storage, so that's not enough for all the games and plugins and special effects and everything that I use for my videos. But I'm definitely gonna find some storage room soon to go and revisit Wolsen and see if the build I wanted to play is still complete trash and if I can complete the final boss of Act 1. Because I couldn't, I just tried 4 or 5 times, I kept getting obliterated by the boss, and that's on the very first difficulty of the game. And if that's the case, then they really need to keep rebalancing the skills and builds, because you can't make a game where there's builds that are complete trash. You have to make the game that every build is as viable. Of course, you would have some meta builds that would be stronger and used for the harder difficulties, but when it comes to the most basic difficulty, you want people to be able to complete the story easy. You want people to enjoy the story. If they want a challenge, let them increase the difficulty. Look what this game has. It has all the way from very easy to Chaos 8. From very easy to Chaos 8. So people like me who might want to start things easy and then eventually gear up and move on to the higher difficulties, then try and make different builds that are synergized for being meta and so on. But when when I can't complete the story mode boss with the build I wanted, because I didn't want to change my skills, I wanted to play a certain build in a certain way, it just seemed a bit too annoying for me, and I just stopped playing it. Also, at that time I didn't have a strong CPU as now, so my FPS was very bad when I was streaming Wolsen. But now I should be able to handle streaming and playing on the highest settings without any problems when it comes to Wolsen. Hopefully. It is CryEngine, so CryEngine is kind of demanding, and I had Intel i5 now before. Now I have Ryzen 3700, so it should be a huge difference when it comes to Wolsen and streaming. I'm also using a different streaming platform. I was using Streamlabs OBS before, which is very hungry on the CPU. Now I'm using Stream Elements, which is not using that much CPU. So all the more reasons I should try Wolsen soon. Maybe next month I'm gonna try Wolsen. because this month I've got some things planned for Torchlight, for Chaosbane and for Borderlands 3, which are currently the 3 games I'm playing. I also play on Sundays, I play PvP games. I'm always open to suggestions for PvP games. Currently I'm really happy playing Paladins. It does seem like a fun PvP game, and Paladins actually yesterday released a new patch with a new hero. And I played that hero and it's very nice and strong. It's very fun. It was, I think, maybe not yesterday, but 2 days ago. But it's a very fun hero to play. When it comes to Chaosbane, I did have a lot of gear farmed. As you can see on my build videos on YouTube, I had for every set, for every build, I had almost complete green sets. But now, since I deleted the game, when I installed it, I deleted my character saves. I'm trying to get all the data again, all the character sets. So now, as you can see, I don't have that much green items. And since there's new items like this one, this is a great item for when you're farming gear. And then there's stuff like this Forge Heart, which can do a massive amount of fire damage. And there's some new god trees as well, so you have this god tree, then this god tree kind of god thing switched over. This cooldown reduction used to be here, and it used to be minus HP, I think. Minus HP plus cooldown reduction, if I remember correctly. Now we have more HP here. So they did rework some of the god skill trees. Things did change, but I'm still happy. There are still some bugs. Today I found a bug. I found a bug that when I switch a world out, you see, I'm gonna try and demonstrate it if it works.
Your YouTube channel carrot.
So here you can see. Oh, nice! Thanks for the YouTube subscription, dude. It is appreciated very much. Helps me grow the channel. So you see, you know those invasion skills, veterans chain reaction, do this chain reaction, etc. If I change my world out, I can't do it right now because there's enemies, but if I change this world out to, let's say, my number 2 one, those ones stop being unlocked, and that should not be the case. Those skills, if you've unlocked them, should keep staying unlocked for all your different loadouts, because loadouts shouldn't have anything to do with your invasion progress. Currently I'm not sure what's happening on the back end with the game, but somehow it's linking those unlocks to a loadout. So it only unlocks it for the loadout you're playing when you unlock a certain skill. That means then you would have to go play with a different loadout on a different reset of that invasion node. And it has nothing to do with the gear that's equipped. It just only unlocks the skills for the current loadout you're playing. And that's kind of bullshit, so they hopefully change it. Maybe they didn't notice it when they created this new loadout system, the wardrobes or whatever it's called. But I really think that needs to be fixed soon. If only there was a place where we can report bugs from within the game, from inside the game. I wouldn't mind doing that. Okay, I've got full bloodlust. I'm gonna try and find some enemies to use it on. Those are not enough. I need more. Okay, I think that's enough. Need more enemies, need more enemies. Ah, fuck. I wasted it. I didn't get much fragments. I should have come here to use this skill. Look at how many more enemies there are here. Well, anyways, let's go complete this map and move on to the next one. But yeah, there's a new gear new rings, new amulets, new weapons, new sets. So definitely some new toys to play around with and make some interesting builds. New god skills as well that are only available for people who have the seasons pass or the DLC. So you can either buy the DLC you want for the god skills, or you can just buy a season pass to unlock all different DLC content. Let's sell some of the junk we looted. And maybe we get a better ring here. Crit chance, crit damage, insulation ring. Not bad, but no cooldown reduction. So let's compare it to the other insulation rings I've got. Cooldown crit damage. Cooldown crit chance. Yeah, this one, I'm gonna sell this one. So this is one of the new axes. Actually, let's go to axes. So one of the new axes is this one, the other one is this one. So one of them is counterattack, taunt, rage build. The other one would be something that combines bleeding and fire. So you're kind of using skills like this one. Deals fire damage to any enemies that get hit in its way. Bleeding enemies stop bleeding but take extra fire damage. So this is gonna be a fun setup to try later eventually. I'm gonna play around with it. And this is the other one. Let out a thunderous cry that has a chance to stun enemies. Movement speed is increased and all hits generate rage for a few seconds. So they're probably for two different builds. So yeah, all damage taken is reduced while stunned or swallowed. This is giving us up to 60% movement speed. And this is guaranteeing that all hits would do bleeding. So if you combine this with Strike of the Anvil, that means Strike of the Anvil would be doing bleeding every time. And then if you do something like Call to Old Superior, you can do that secondary damage every time because you have skills like this one. Stunning an enemy also inflicts bleeding. Okay, not this one then. Which one? Oh yeah, you have Ring of Resonance. So with Ring of Resonance you would be stunning an enemy. And then you would be using something like this for the extra damage. But maybe if you remove this and just use Strike of the Anvil together with this skill, it would be fun. This skill with Strike of the Anvil and with this skill. So you use this, then you use Strike of the Anvil, then you use this one. And then you apply a lot of fire damage. So that's gonna be fun. Let's see version 3 of Blood of the Mountain. Where is it? I can't see it. Oh, it's over here. Wow, that's a lot of points to get to. Wait, how does one even go there? Oh, it's through here. Oh, that's 40% crit damage. That's a very nice note. And I really want to try a maxing out HP build. HP setup, but that's gonna hurt if you have a setup like this with losing all the stuff. But that's gonna be a fun thing to try for sure. Using a fire skill grants a chance to self-immolate. While immolated, fire skills damage is increased. This is also gonna be fun. Where is level 3 though? Level 3 is here, 50%. So that's definitely gonna be something I'm gonna try later when I farm some better gear. Because this together with a Forge Heart would be an amazing thing to try. And with the Strike of the Anvil setup, I'm assuming the Undefeated set would not be bad, but I'm thinking this would be the better option, the Ever Peak set. And using a God skill grants all players immunity to control effects. Using a skill that consumes energy increases damage dealt by all players. Using skill with cooldown heals all players. So yeah, using something like Last Bastion, Strike of the Anvil is healing, and then even this can be healing. It's only 5%, but it's still nice healing. So now that I've got this corruption resistance, I've got this resistance to fire. So my corruption resistance currently is 45%. The goal would be to get this one today, this extra 15% corruption resistance, and maybe in a few days I can try and push for those rings. I won't be able to handle it now because my damage sucks. Even if I manage to max out my HP and survivability, my damage would really hurt me. But this invasion needs to be done. I really need to get Ring of Resonance as soon as possible, because it's just what I need for most builds. That extra stunning when using skills with cooldown, it's just too good of a thing to miss out on a build with Strike of the Anvil, Call to Out, and what was it, Last Bastion. 3 skills with cooldown, all of them would be able to proc Ring of Resonance. And Ring of Resonance is just great by itself. It's a green ring that you just get for completing that. It's very hard to get green rings from enemies from looting. Most of the times it would be armor, sometimes it would be weapons, and once in a while it would be rings or amulets. But the hardest things is getting accessories as green ones when it comes to farming gear. Even if I go to Chaos 8 and just open wood chests with maxed out wood gear setup without killing enemies, it might take me 5 or 6 maps to get a green item with like 5000 something wood quality stacked up. And I've tried it the other day. I did try doing Chaos 8 without killing enemies, just going and opening the wood chests. It's a way of cheesing it, but it is fun. Fun way of cheesing the game and getting green gear. Haven't had much time to do it though. I'm gonna spend some time doing that eventually, just farming green gear from Chaos 8 chests without killing enemies. Wait, is it this way? Shit, I can't go where I want to go. Okay, almost done with this map. There should be a boss over here. Oh no, it's not here. Damn, this is a changed layout. Okay, if it's not here, then it should be here down at the bottom. Let's see. Oh, just a moment. I think some of my opened tabs on my browser is broadcasting audio. Oh no, it's not. Since I mentioned earlier, I said I'm playing Paladins, and they're doing something that if you're watching someone else play the game, you keep getting some points to buy skins in the game. So I always try to keep a window open of watching someone else's stream, just muting it. But yeah, I'm seeing some nice numbers with this build. All the way to like 14-15 million damage. That's quite nice. For a majorly red items build. Red weapons and red gauntlets. And this is the big sources of damage are the weapons and the gauntlets. Together with the rings and amulet as well. Mostly using the wood quality amulet, not not a damage, crit damage, etc. one. Did I kill the... Yes, I did. Okay, so now we're moving on to the hard left. Hard left to farm those nodes. We unlock this, so it's time to go here into those things. The boring part of the invasion is what I'm doing now. The ones that cannot give you much good items. Although even in invasions, an invasion Chaos 2 node or Chaos 1, I can't remember, is where I got my first green item after starting over. I think my first green item was which one was it? Maybe this one. Oh no, never mind. It was the Wast Song loincloth, which is in my chest. So leg armor for Wast Song was my first green item after I started over, and it was from an invasion node, Chaos 2 or 1, one of the two. Can't remember exactly. So it is possible to get that in WoW wood quality setting. But it's very rare. Currently you see it's thousands. Wow, that's very low. 1778. But that's because my crit chance is not that high, maybe. Crit chance 50%. Wood quality 578. This one can give you up to 500 wood quality, by the way. Based on your crit chance, this can give you 500 wood quality. Combine that with another 900% from a relic hunt, and even Chaos 5 is good enough to farm green items compared to before, how Chaos 5 was before. If you add that extra 200% wood quality from those skills, so 500 for the amulet, 200 from here, that's 700, and 900 from a map. That's 1600 just from out of nowhere. A Grand Relic Hunt map, of course, it needs to be to give you 900. Okay, getting those legend levels up would also be painful. Legend levels would take a lot of grinding. A lot of grinding, believe me. I've already seen how slow it is. Legendary ranks. Let's get that to 5%. Oh, diminishing returns. Am I seeing diminishing returns? It already stopped giving me 0.5. Okay, well, I'm just gonna do this then. So at certain point this starts giving you diminishing returns. That's not good news at all. That means even worse when it comes to leveling those ranks and getting something useful out of them. So in the end, instead of pumping something to the max, you might want to spread your legend points, spread them around different of those procs. Oh, and this is where the FPS problems start. When you have a map with exploding enemies, not sure what's happening in the game, but some whack is happening while the enemies are exploding. So if I end up killing a lot of enemies at the same time with my charging skill, with this skill, and there's a lot of them exploding at the same time, I'm seeing some FPS drops. So they need to optimize those explosions. Okay, I can finish the map now. Which way do I go? I think I'm going the wrong way. Another thing I've noticed is sometimes it would drop an item and it would show me the icon that the item dropped on the minimap, but the item would not be on the ground. The icon would stay on the minimap, but the item itself would not drop. It would just show an item icon. Because you know, when a red or green item drops, it's on the map, like how you see this red dot where I am. It would show a green or red dot depending on the rarity of the item that dropped. And sometimes it would just show the dot without something actually dropping, so I'm not sure whether this actually drops items and doesn't show it to the player, or it just accidentally puts incorrect icons. Oh, 16 million damage, nice. This was good. Okay, let's go here. Yeah, I do have enough time to push for this extra 15% corruption resistance. Pretty sure I can make it to here before. I mean, I've got like around less than an hour of streaming time left before I stop the stream, and it should be more than enough to get this done. And now I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. See, there is this on the minimap, this red icon here, this red dot. That means there's a red item. Sometimes I would see green or red of those dots without anything on the floor. It is weird. On one map I actually saw 3 green dots on Chaos 5, 3 of those. So imagine if that's robbing me of 3 green items. It's either robbing me of 3 green items or it's just trolling me by showing me those things. Quick comparison here. This is giving me a bit more health. I'm gonna lose wood quality, I'm gonna lose counterattack damage, but I'm getting cost reduction. I don't think it's worth saving. And yeah, as I said, this amulet that gives you crit chance based wood quality. When you're farming, you might want to put on all of your items, you might want to put the wood quality, and not the wood quality, but the items that give you crit chance and wood quality, if possible. So if a ring gives you wood quality and crit chance, use it. If it only gives wood quality and not crit chance, you probably would be better off putting something that only gives you crit chance. Because 5-6 crit chance would actually give you more than 30 wood quality via the conversion this thing is doing here. And then you might want to enchant or bless all your items with this thing that gives you crit chance, crit damage and damage. That way you would maximize the wood farming with this pendant. Every class has one of those. Different names, but it works the same way. It gives you wood quality up to 50% based on your crit chance, and I think the max crit chance you can get is 80. So 80% crit chance equals 500 wood quality. I did that experiment the other day on Conrad, because he's the easiest one to max out the crit chance on, due to some of the new skills that were introduced. Okay. Any chest here? No. Oh, I still have to kill enemies. Shit, I hate it when I kill the monster before I got all the kills, and then I have to backtrack. Let's make sure I kill every single enemy I see now. And hope it's enough. And this is what I wanna see. I've been asking for a timer, not timer, but a countdown. Countdown of how many enemies more we have to kill in order to complete this objective. Yeah, I don't need this one. Okay, a few more notes. 6, 7 more maybe. At least it's quick. It's a quick process. Just a moment, I need to check my chat here. There we go. Oh, it's an arena. Nice. I'm a big fan of those arena maps. They're quick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 5, 6, 7. We're getting there. This is the maximum corruption resistance you can get, 60%. If it combines with this resistance to damage over time, that's gonna be, for me, 84, 85%. But I can get more gear with damage over time resistance. So, in theory, I think you can get 40% damage over time resistance from various items. And then you can combine that with the 60% resistance over time, resistance to corruption damage, and maybe that would make you immune to that corruption damage. I'm to try it. I'm still to try it. Once I get this, I'm gonna max out my resistance to damage over time and test it by going into invasion just to see if it works that way. But I've definitely seen improvement now with how much damage I'm taking per second. The corruption is getting stronger the deeper we go into invasion, so that's also something to consider. Right, I can move on to the boss, which should be probably this way. Oh, let's do this.
Have fun, Silbot.
See you later, dude. Thanks for popping by and for the follow and for the YouTube subscribe. Have fun as well, and until next time, dude. I'm also gonna stop soon, pretty soon, in like 40 minutes or so. And good luck with Chaosbane. And with Wilson. Trying to rush things, make sure I get things completed as fast as I can. Still to kill some enemies. before I can complete this. Damn, how many more do I need to kill? Okay, right on time. Next off, I think we're moving on to Chaos 2 already. Oh, this is hard. This is not even Chaos yet. So we're doing hard and very hard notes. No wonder it's that much easier than the previous ones. Yeah, this needs to be sped through. So probably it's better to just do those on the left and right side before moving into the ones down in the middle that I just did earlier. Because then you're gonna have more corruption resistance before moving into the ones in the middle. So I should have done this before those ones too, that I did before it. I'm assuming the creature is this way. Let's see, hopefully that's the case. Let's go that way first.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
How many percent are we done with? 55%. Oh, that's a maze. Another maze here. So the third one of the mazes. Oh no, that's the second one of the mazes actually. I've not done the Act 2 and Act 3 mazes, just the Act 4 and this one I think. Or maybe I've done another one that I don't remember doing, but I did today Act 4's maze. When it comes to this one, you just gotta keep moving forward and upward. So yeah, you just keep going this direction. So if you start from here, you keep moving that way, that way, that way, that way. It's like a zigzag, if I remember correctly, to a certain extent. So I did take a wrong turn here. And since there is no map, it's a bit difficult here. But yeah, you just keep going that way. That's how it used to be, unless they changed it, but I don't think they changed it.
Nothing can stop you.
So we're going south, southeast, south, southeast.
Nothing can stop you.
And that's it, we're already near the end. So you see the map already got revealed. So it's all the way from here to here. Not that difficult. I thankfully remember it from before when I used to do it. Next off. Next off is 2 more nodes. get this corruption resistance, and then I'm gonna get those other HP armor reductions for the monsters and so on, because why not? We're here anyways, it does help. If I'm gonna be pushing Ring of Resonance with this red gear without having green items, yeah, I'm definitely gonna need some of that that extra HP and armor reduction for the enemies to help me. I'm just hoping that my damage is enough. Even if I keep dying, when it comes to the boss fight, all you need to do is not die one time to just be able to do more damage before he heals. If it's a boss that can heal. If it's a boss that doesn't heal, you can just slowly tickle him with your wall damage skills. Even if you don't have much damage, just try to survive, try to heal. Use a pendant that lets you heal when using a god skill maybe. Maybe use the Ever Peak set that lets you heal when using a skill with cooldown. But if it's a boss that heals like the one I was doing a few days ago, I think the undefeated set would be the better option to maximize the damage. Unless you have something that helps you with the damage. Other than that. Victor's Tribute, nice. I really want a good one for speedrunning. And this is perfect cooldown reduction and crit chance. This is an enchant candidate. I can either replace this one or this one. What else do I get? I get flat damage, perfect. I love me some flat damage. If it was something like this, cooldown, crit chance, crit damage. It was gonna be amazing, but it isn't. But it does give damage over time. So for a bleeding build it might be nice. Bleeding burning build. Also, I think today is the perfect time, after I'm done with this corruption farming and etc. I'm gonna try the new god skills. I'm gonna respec and try some of the new god skills. Just to see how they work. The one with the spewing flames, that's like the mage's flamethrower kind of skill. I'm not a big fan of it, but probably that's something that's gonna benefit from damage over time bonuses. Okay, let's keep moving here, Come on, jump down. Seriously, he doesn't want to jump down. There we go, he jumped down. Come on, give me those fragments. Give me those fragments. You see, a normal enemy dropped me a red item, whereas the boss monster didn't. I think one more map and then we can unlock this. Let's just sell some junk. I think I voted some by accident. Molten Ring, nice, 7.1 crit chance. If only it had some wood quality, but I'm gonna save it. This is very, very specific, because you have to be using your archetype ability. And yeah, it would require you using your archetype ability just to get, for a few seconds, 50% extra damage. I don't think this is really worth it. But the mountain pendant with crit chance and wood quality does seem nice. And crit damage. Would have preferred flat damage instead of that 20% crit damage. And maybe some cooldown reduction instead of the energy. Just wanna check something. Armor cooldown reduction, crit chance, crit damage. Okay, I'm just gonna save those for now. Getting there, one more map and then we can unlock those 15%. But yeah, I wanna try and make a build for that new god skill, just to see how we can sort it out. And I'm also assuming the skill with the flamethrower kind of mechanic is probably gonna be good for a build that stacks shit tons of HP. Because you're gonna be standing in one place, so you would wanna be having HP and damage reduction, especially damage reduction. You would wanna have a lot of damage reduction if that build is gonna be made viable for Chaos 7 or 6. I'm not even considering 8 for now. For 7 it will need green gear, for 6 it's gonna be hard even with red gear. But I wanna see how much damage we can blast out with that bleeding fire combo build. Okay, let's go back, pick up the fragments. Any fragments we've missed here? Just a few here. Oh, 2 fragments. Early on in the game, fragments are very valuable. Then once you start your initial build, eventually you would find yourself having more fragments than you can handle, unless you play outs like me. If you play outs like me, you kind of never have enough fragments, because you always want to be enchanting gear, and you always keep switching old gear for new gear. But if you're focusing on one character, once you do your initial setup and things kind of start settling down and you stop switching gear that often, when you have kind of decent red items and you start switching only when you get a good green one, then yeah, you would find yourself having a ton of fragments and nothing to do with them. That's why it's good to try and experiment with stuff. Experiment with different builds. Right, let's go for the boss fight. I think by the time I reach the boss fight, I would have killed enough enemies. Oh, I can actually do this. Getting that spin to win. Speaking of spin to win, the spin to win build with Forge Heart would be amazing. So this is something I wanna try. A spin to win setup with the Forge Heart. With the fire version of the spin to win skill. Before I used to try it with the Last Song, I've tried it with the Undefeated, I've tried it with Grimnir, I've tried it with everything. Probably Grimnir Armor and Forge Heart would be a good combo for a spin to win build with this one. Perform a spinning fiery axe attack in a wide arc, waves of fire spread out in random direction while you move. This one together with where was it? With the Forge Heart and together with this skill. Which one was it? While all hits generate rage and inflict bleeding. That means you would be inflicting bleeding and burning them. And you would be proccing that. That's just for a few seconds, for 10 seconds. But if the cooldown is 19 seconds and you have 10-second duration, so it's 50% kind of, a little bit more than 50% uptime. I'm not sure whether cooldown reduction works on god skills, but I don't see a reason why it wouldn't. Then you have things like this one, maybe that's gonna be interesting, but this is kind of a flamethrower skill. Not sure if it would work. We already have one channeled, but this is a god skill anyways, it doesn't use energy. But the cooldown is 32 seconds. This is probably gonna be good to melt bosses. But I'd rather try it with just this one, and then probably Strike of the Anvil without using Call to Oath. I could even try and get rid of Avenging Charge, although it is a great escape mechanic. So once I finish unlocking this, like, what do I have to unlock? 1, 2, 3 more maps, then I can try and do that. So let's unlock those maps and try and figure out a setup that handles this. Sadly, I don't have a cooldown reduction Forge Heart that gives me crit chance and cooldown. So maybe I can get something with just a cooldown reduction without the crit chance, just to try how it works. Because I've not tried playing proper builds with this setup, and it's time I do so. Okay, need energy. But when it comes to a spin to win build, all you need is damage reduction and cost reduction. That's the things you would need the most probably. And things like maybe if you build it around doing more damage based on how low your HP is, and trying to keep your HP low most of the time would be fun. If you want to keep your HP low, this is a great skill to help you do that. Alright, let's go this way. That should be the way. As soon as I figure out some of those builds, I'm probably gonna make a build video, some of those new builds for the new items. Even if I can't show some Chaos 7 content due to not having high enough gear, it's gonna be good enough if I show that the build can do Chaos 5 with red gear. Most things, if they can do Chaos 5 with red gear, they can do Chaos 6 with green gear without problem, and Chaos 7 would be doable, just very slow with green gear. But since we got so many things buffed up, probably my old builds that couldn't do Chaos 7, that were not the undefeated build, I'm sure most of them now would be a bit more viable when it comes to Chaos 7. And Chaos 8 I'm not even considering, as I said, for those builds. So there should be an enemy, I think, here in the corner. Alright, this is unlocked. 2 more. 2 more things to unlock. I believe the way they included this damage over time resistance in the item slots, in the item affixes, I think they made it so that people would have invasion gear gear that makes it easy to do invasion, and have a loadout just for invasions, and then have a separate loadout for relic hunts. Because on the relic hunt that's probably a wasted stat. But when you're doing invasion, it's anything but a wasted stat. Let's group them up. I think here is a fine place.
Nothing can stop you.
Alright, we've killed enough enemies. Let's get it moving now.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
Alright, this way, this way. I hope I didn't take a wrong turn somewhere there. Oh, a red item supposedly dropped. I think that's the glitch where it shows a red item dropped, but there is no red item. Oh, actually, in this case there is one. So there's something at the back as well. Let's go back and see what it was. It could be something nice.
Nothing can stop you.
Alright, this is definitely the glitch. Look at that. Where I am, it's supposedly a red icon, a red item being dropped, and there is no red item on the ground, as you can see. There wasn't one, I didn't pick up anything from there. So this is what I was talking about, and once I had 3 of those green things popping up. So there's one red here supposedly. Let's see where it is. And again, another one of those glitches. It's supposedly dropping a red here, but no, there is no red thing here. And there weren't even fragments of the same color over there as well, on the exact same spot. Because that might have explained why it's showing those icons, at least to a certain extent. So the cases why this is happening are few. One of them is it's dropping an item, but it's not actually dropping it, but the minimap is still detecting the drop. The other one is just the minimap is showing wrong icons. And the third one is maybe some fragment drops trigger this. Okay, this one's done. And one more left. Let's sell some junk. Gee, let's check the red stuff that dropped. Cooldown reduction, crit chance, forge heart. I'm actually keeping this one. The ever peak. I had an ever peak one quote. I wanna check it. So let's compare. This gives more wood quality, no resistance to damage over time. It is good for farming though. And now I finally have a cooldown and crit chance and damage Forge Heart to test. So I can probably get rid of this one without the cooldown. Still gonna save this one, because that's a lot of HP. 29,000 just from one item. Victor's Tribute, I'm gonna get rid of some of the other ones. So this one I no longer need. I'm gonna keep the two ones with cooldown reduction probably. Although I don't think I need two of them, so yeah, let's get rid of this one. Armor piercing crit chance 8.1, 5.6. Just trying to get rid of stuff I no longer need. This one is cooldown, crit chance, damage. I'm just gonna keep one more just in case. Okay. One more map. And then I'm gonna try and do some build experimenting for the last few minutes. And I'm gonna try in 2 days or whenever I stream. Actually, what is it today? Is it Friday today? Today is Friday, already Saturday in here by the way. So on Sundays I do PvP. Tomorrow's probably gonna be Torchlight Frontiers day. And then on Monday might be either Borderlands or Chaosbane. I'm gonna try by the next time, regardless whether it's Monday or Tuesday when I do Chaosbane, to make sure I've leveled up a mage or a elf. So a high elf or a wood elf, so mage or a scout. I'm gonna make sure I've leveled up one, completed the campaign, so I can experiment with the new items on those classes too. I definitely want to see how the summoner build changed on the elf, and I also want to see how some of the builds I was using on the mage changed, especially the one before that I had with the teleporty damage. I want to see the new sets, see what new skills we've got. It's gonna be a pleasant surprise to find out myself. Hopefully pleasant, we'll see. It all depends on what actually the skills do and the god skills.
Got some spare greens on my mage in case you would like them.
It's fine, dude. Thanks for offering though. Thanks for offering. I don't think there's even... Oh, actually there is a way to trade. Is there? Can we drop items and trade? I've never tried trading, but from what I heard, the wood is kind of not shared. If it is shared, that's gonna be interesting. If you can like drop an item on the ground and I can actually see it, that's gonna be fun. But I'd rather try and farm it myself, the whole trio of getting the gear. But indeed, thanks for offering. And welcome back, dude. So any items dropped on the floor, others can see. That's good. So trading is a thing. That's nice. And this game is not too popular or too big enough for people to be doing black market selling items for real money. It's not like like Path of Exile, where people actually sell items for real money. So that's good thing for now, for this game not being that popular. I do wish there would be more people playing this game though. I think it's already heading into a nice direction. After a few bad patches, it is heading towards the right way. It should be. Okay, we've just unlocked this one. So we're already at 62% completion. Later on I'm gonna try and do this, but maybe before I try and push this I can try and get some of those elixir things. The one with the damage reduction would probably be very important for Chaos 8.
Should add some more maps, would be nice.
They really should not more new maps, and not just different layouts of the same maps. Not like the same map I always do, but starting from point Y instead of point X or Z. So now, as I said, I want to try the new god skills. So let's reset the skill points and let's test out this thing. I want to try this one. And I probably still want that extra cooldown reduction. And I probably still want that extra cooldown reduction and Ancestor's Gift and this. And I probably won't be able to put points into here. Okay, let's rethink things quickly. This is... Do I need this or do I want to go for this? So, where is level 2? Level 2. I want to see the difference between level 2 and level 3 of this skill. Grimnir's Bevel. Is that level 2? Health restored. Okay, now we're talking. Cry that heals all players and has a chance to stun enemies. So I think this is the better option. So 46,060 movement speed, 10-second duration, 8-second duration, 20. Yeah, I think I'd rather have the healing. That means I won't be able to get, where was it? The one with... This one with the crit damage is too far enough. So for now I want to see a Grimnir's Bevel setup. It does seem to be going for a health setup. There's a lot of health, so I think it's pushing and it's telling us you want to get more HP if you're doing this build. I think that's what the game is trying to tell me. But I also want cooldown reduction. Because that 21-second cooldown is not enough. So I need that cooldown reduction here. So I've got 10 points left and the damage would suffer greatly. Heals all players and has a chance to stun enemies. For a few seconds, move speed is increased. While all hits generate rage and inflict bleeding, but I want this inflict bleeding, damn. I want to actually go for this one and test it. I want to be inflicting bleeding with all my hits. I want to just test something out, see if it really works. So 21 seconds. And now it should be 19 seconds. 19 seconds, so do I want to go for this crit damage here? Yeah, that's 60, that's 100% crit damage for just 5 points. Definitely want that. Ancestor's Gift, I don't think I need to go for a build without this. It's gonna be pretty tough, so I think that's something I want to try now. So let's get rid of this. Let's get the two god skills in the mix. And here I'm gonna try with Strike of the Anvil, and then later on I'm gonna try with what was its name? With Whirlwind of Blades. I wanna try the Spin to Win version as well. For now I'm gonna try Strike of the Anvil though. So first of all, what we need is that Forge Heart. So this is giving me crit chance, crit damage, damage. I'm gonna do the Forge Heart in the same way. The new Forge Heart that thankfully dropped with cooldown and crit chance. This is what I want. Cooldown and crit chance in the same spot. So, okay, I've got more of those. And this would need to be changed as well. Which pendant would I want to be using now? I need something with crit chance and cooldown reduction. That's a lot of crit chance. Heals when a god skill is used. I do have 2 god skills with this setup. But then I'm gonna be losing cooldown I can get from other things. What about this one? Then I'm still to get a good pendant with cooldown reduction and crit chance. But maybe if I use this, it has crit chance and it has chance to reduce my cooldown when I hit an enemy. So just a mountain pendant with crit chance should be more than enough for now. So let's check something. If I equip this, how much is my crit chance gonna be? 55. Okay, I'm gonna bless it with purely crit damage. Only crit damage is what I want in this one now. I think my crit chance is high enough. 55% with Fiery Ring of Tori reducing my cooldowns and this reducing my cooldowns. I should be spamming every now and then my god skills. Oh, wait, wrong thing. That's what I wanted. So, what does this skill do? Oh yeah, I'm liking this. So what I'm doing now is Chaos 5. Let's go on Chaos 5, run Grand Relic map, Corn, perfect. Just wanna test this one, see how it goes. Few more minutes, just one quick run. This is gonna be the last run because it's already 30 minutes past midnight and I need to kind of keep it quiet. So it's either me streaming with muted mic, which is never a good thing, or me just stopping my stream and doing more tomorrow. So is the Forge Heart even proccing? I'm not sure it even procs. I'm definitely seeing less damage than I was seeing with the other. Oh, but wait, we're not using maybe the correct set for this. Maybe the Undefeated is not the best version to use with this one. So maybe I need to try it with the other set instead of the Undefeated. I'm liking it though, it's not so bad. But we won't know until we reach a boss fight. So the whole idea about this is the damage from Forge Heart. Oh, I didn't equip Forge Heart. Okay, I'm gonna have to kill those enemies and then equip the axe. I wanna see how much damage I can squeeze out of a Forge Heart axe. Because the idea is every hit will be doing bleeding when I have this one on. That means that we would be doing some extra fire damage to bleeding targets with the Forge Heart. So where did it go? This is the one. So I'm gonna change. Do I want to get rid of the Ultimate Carnage? Or this one? Stunned enemies take. So this stuns the enemies, right? has a chance to stun. It doesn't say how much. And I could probably get rid of that wall. Honestly, I can get rid of that wall and do something like I don't have Spite Smite now. I've got something like this though. For now I'm gonna leave it as it is and just use the Forge Heart instead of the Ultimate Carnage. Oh no, let's remove the Bruised Ego and keep this one. It's a tough choice. This one gives me flat damage, this one gives me crit damage. And this one is regardless whether the enemy is stunned. So let's get the one that is regardless whether the enemy is stunned for now. I'm gonna change later. So yeah, Forge Heart here. I wanna see that damage proc. And I want to also try the spin to win setup. Need to kill those. I want to try the spin to win setup as well. Who do I need to kill? Spin to win with the fire, with the secondary fire damage. This with the Grimnir set probably would be a better option. Definitely slower. When it comes to the damage, it's definitely slower. If I don't use what's its name, the Strike of the Anvil. And I would definitely need a lot of energy-based skills. So if I remove some skills, I'm gonna switch things up to get some more energy, to get more sustain. Oh, this enemy is gonna take a while to kill with this setup. Yeah, this guy's gonna take a while. So what was the ever peak bonus? Was it skills with energy heal? Yeah, consumes. Oh no, consuming energy increases damage dealt by 50%. So this is gonna be the spin to win set, I believe. The ever peak setup. So I'm gonna do that quickly. Oh, I can't do it right now? Let's wait, maybe I would be able to. No, I can't. Well, it should be in my inventory if I'm not wrong. Or maybe I can't switch while I'm inside. I know I have some ever peak items, but they're in here. I'm gonna maybe try it the other time, next time. For now, we can do something with the skills. The energy based stuff. Maybe this one. Health cost. That's gonna be interesting to try. Okay. Mm, what did I have here? Number 4. Oh yeah. I'm gonna need to reduce something. We're not going for the stun bleeding enemy setup, I guess. So actually I'm not gonna go for this at all. And first of all, I want to put my last bastion. Where did it go? Here. Did I remove deep gashes? Let's try this. And I want to check something quickly, whether this gives me do this chain reaction. It doesn't. So I can't use do this chain reaction with this build, so it's kind of useless here for this setup. What I want is, do I want Mountain's Rat to have an extra damage skill? I don't have room for it though. Hmm. Killing a bleeding enemy generates energy would be amazing though for this setup. Trail of Blood. I think we want the health regeneration because we're using health. It's still very low damage. It's still not as high damage as I want it to be. But with the Ever Peak set,
This
maybe it
isn't
would be a bit
Borderlands
better.
3.
Yeah, dude, this isn't Borderlands 3. Does it say Borderlands 3 on my mixer? Because I'm pretty sure I changed it to Chaosbane. Let me check, dude. I'm not sure why I didn't save it. But my restream says Chaosbane. Well, I'm gonna change it again. I'm gonna refresh it. But yeah, I'm not sure why it's showing the wrong one. It must have been something with restream. Sorry for the mix-up. I'm not sure why it's showing the wrong one. I did press to update all the streaming platforms like Twitch, YouTube, and Mixer. Whatever happened, I do apologize for the mix-up. I always try to change it before I start streaming. And something must have happened. When it comes to Borderlands, I'm gonna be streaming Borderlands next week. I did stream some Borderlands yesterday, and tomorrow will be Torchlight Frontiers, and on Sunday it's gonna be Paladins or another PvP game, if I find one. If I find another PvP game I like. So yeah, this build, I think this build would be very nice with the Ever Peak setup. Everpeak or Grimnir. I think that's the two sets that would go well with this build. So all damage from fire skills being 50% and a heroic code to Oath. I think we don't want a heroic code to Oath for this build, but the Everpeak would give us a heroic strike of the anvil. And since this is not using a strike of the anvil, it's gonna be interesting. Deep gashes. Am I using deep gashes? Bleeding enemies. Oh, this is it. Wast Song. Wast Song is the set we want to be using with this build. And I'm gonna quickly go change to a Wast Song setup just to quickly check it. Wast Song. This is a Wast Song. Before I stop streaming, quickly wanna check a Wast Song setup to see how it goes. So this is 6.1 cooldown reduction, cost reduction. So cooldown and cost reduction is probably what we need, and HP. 5.6, 6.4, 6.1, 5.8. I'm gonna go for this one. When it comes to head, when it comes to chest armor, cost reduction would be great. And I did see one. This is 6.1, this is 5.9. So let's go for the 6.1. No, 6.2 cost reduction, but this doesn't give HP, so it's gonna be very hard. I'd rather get this one. 0.1 is not that big of a difference. Then Wast Song, I've got this one here. And I've got those here. I don't see cost reduction anywhere. Health regeneration really helps, and this one has 7.1 in it. And gauntlets, Wast Song bracers. Cost reduction. I need something with flat damage. Flat damage beats and trumps crit damage on the gauntlets. Damage over time also is fine maybe now. This one doesn't give HP, so I'm really not keen on using it. Okay, let's use this one for now. Just a quick check, quick test. And we just need some boots. Boots with good HP and maybe energy. HP energy, oh, speed bonus. Speed bonus is nice for the spin to win. So this is nice. HP, energy, speed bonus. Ah, that's Grimnir, never mind. I need Wast Song. This is speed bonus, energy, but no HP. This doesn't give a speed bonus, but it gives me energy and HP, which I think is the more important ones for now. Okay. Let's equip stuff. This, and this. My crit chance is now 45%. I want to get it to 40 to 50%. But I'm losing so much crit damage. So I'm just gonna try and put some crit damage in those items. So quickly getting crit damage in them, testing the build, how it works. Bleeding enemies swot and taking more damage, and if you're spinning to win, you want the enemies to be a bit swot. And since this god skill makes us inflict a ton of bleeding with each hit, and then the Forge Heart allows us to deal damage to a bleeding enemy, it's gonna be an interesting combo. Wait, I think I messed up earlier. Yeah. I put link gems without needing to. What did I enchant earlier? I think I enchanted crit damage, crit damage. Alright, so it's time for this. I think I put some links by accident when I didn't need to. So is it all set up? Okay, we've got more crit damage, a bit less crit chance. And I don't need the cooldown reduction that much, but it does help me for the god skills. So I'm still gonna keep those. So deep gashes is heroic. This is the thing. I need to squeeze some points. Heroic deep gashes. Where did it go though? Wait, do I have the full set? Last song, last song, last song, last song. Okay, I see the problem now. And from what I've heard, this can be cheesed by putting this setup, this set in a second loadout. Probably it would work. I might try it the next time, but since this is gonna get patched, I shouldn't rely on it. So I should play it the way it should be played. So do I want to be healing based on nearby bleeding enemies or based on rage levels? I think nearby bleeding enemies is not bad, but when it comes to bosses, rage levels is better. Well, I've got some spare points there. The health regeneration actually went down, so it's probably better to go for this instead of the health regen. Okay, I think this is it. Let's quickly try a quick mug before I quit for today. This does seem to be giving diminishing returns, yeah. After a certain time it starts giving you, instead of 0.5, 0.4. And then another 0.5, weird, okay. Alright, quick map. Just a quick map. I might not even complete the map, just so I want to see how much damage I can do with this setup.
Nothing can stop you.
Oh, it's very bad. It's much worse than before. Not sure why. Critical hit chance is reduced. Shit. Okay, new map. Damn, this is gonna be a tough cookie to crack, this build. Let's try again now. Ah, it's this map, shit. So the damage now is much crappier than it was before with the other setup. Much crappier. So this extra damage that they're taking does not equate to the damage. Oh, I actually saw 5 million proccing there. That's probably from the Forge Heart though, this 5 million. And what's needed, it's gonna need something to generate energy, so Fury probably would be nice. Yeah, I'm seeing those 5 million hits every now and then, but without Wasp Bastion this is kind of weak. Not Wasp Bastion, but Strike of the Anvil. So this can be removed probably. And I can use this. And then for a passive, something like this maybe.
Nothing can stop you.
Yeah, I still think the spin to win, regardless of how you build it, it just doesn't equate to the damage output of a setup that's centered around Strike of the Anvil. It can do damage, but it doesn't do enough damage to make it worth going for such a build. I'm gonna keep experimenting with different skills, because I really want to try and play a spin to win build on this game, just to see how I can make it work. It's gonna require a lot of energy, but the problem is not the energy, it's mostly the damage, that's the problem. And even with going for cooldown skills to proc do this chain reaction, even then it just doesn't do enough damage. And that's with the set that gives us supposedly 300% extra damage taken to the bleeding enemies. And they are bleeding because we have this, which makes all the enemies get bleeding, while all hits generate rage and inflict bleeding. And it is increasing the movement speed, which you want. You want that increased movement speed for when you're moving with the spin to win. But maybe that doesn't even work for the spin to win. I'm gonna test it. Let's quickly kill this enemy though. Oh, come on. Those one shots. So for low level farming it's probably gonna be fine. But when it comes to higher level stuff, I don't think it will be. And now that I removed my escape mechanic skill, this happens all the time. Come on, I can't kill a single enemy, this is just tragic. Oh, finally he died, okay. Now I want to test the movement speed without anyone bothering me. So, this is how we move without the bevel. Now if I were to use the bevel... Okay, it is moving faster. It does seem to be moving... No, actually it doesn't. The movement is faster, but spinning isn't. Okay, I wish there were no enemies, because it's making everything a bit harder to test. It's such a cool skill. Sadly, the damage of this skill is so low when it comes to killing stuff. Okay, let's try now. Yeah, it's not increasing the movement speed when you're using the skill. So this skill does not get any bonuses on the movement speed, which is bad. I mean, this is a spin to win skill, so it should be benefiting from movement speed bonuses. So this setup probably would be good, but not with this skill. If you do something like that, and then okay, there's someone preventing me from changing my skills. So if you do something like this, and you again go for maybe call to out or something else, it would be fine. Probably would be fine. We don't need the veteran's chain reaction though. And now we won't need this one. So if I go for my normal setup with that and with and that one, and I forgot what else I had there, and maybe something like this one, maybe it's gonna be still a decent setup. It's still not doing much damage though. Look, only 4 million, and with the other set I was doing up to 15, 16, 17 million. And that's mostly because we lost a lot of damage here. We lost all this damage, crit damage. Look at that, 30 crit damage here, 30 more here somewhere. Yeah, so 60 crit damage. Then we another 30, so 90, and then another 30, 120 crit damage is what we've lost. And what did we gain? A bunch of armor and HP. Oh, just to get this kill. So I'm not seeing what the developers had in mind for this build. Hey, good evening, Gawain. I'm kind of in the end of my stream. Actually, prolonged it for half an hour than I normally do because I wanted to try a Grimnir's Bellow skill build. And I don't know, maybe Grimnir's Bellow would be fine if we find a way to get more damage based on movement speed. Maybe it will be fine, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like a worthy build. I might try playing with this Grimnir's Bellow as well, because that at least restores some HP. But yeah, it definitely doesn't seem as strong. When I was using the undefeated set with my normal build without the Grimnir's Bellow, I was doing all the way up to 16-17 million damage. With this build, that's not the problem. But the Grimnir's Bellow might go very well with the Grimnir's set, the one with the fire aura. Maybe it will. I'm gonna try it tomorrow, not tomorrow, but next time I'm streaming. For now, I'm just gonna quickly leave this map.
The
so yeah, guys, thanks.
Set might be the best.
It is. I was playing with it today. I was doing invasion. You can check quickly before I quit. This is my invasion tree right now. So yeah, I was doing invasion. Eventually I'm gonna unlock all this shit. I'm gonna unlock this, and then I'm gonna try and get a ring of resonance. But I'm gonna be doing that with the undefeated set, because it's definitely the one that gives me good damage. It's not as powerful as before. It did get nerfed, but it's still the strongest set from the ones I've tried. What I need to try is I need to try the Grimnir set, and I need to try. Actually, that's it. I've tried all the others already. I tried Everpeak. I tried the challenge set. I tried the last song just now. I also tried Forge Heart, because Forge Heart with this setup supposedly was gonna be good, because this is making every hit inflict bleeding. And with some fire skills, with like the spin to win build that I tried, supposedly you will be hitting with fire and then you would be proccing the Forge Heart, but it didn't work the way I imagined it would. So that's gonna be it for tonight. Thanks everyone for watching. There will be some Torchlight Frontiers tomorrow for anyone who's interested, and on Sunday I will be doing some PvP, probably Paladins. Cannot confirm for now until it's Sunday. But yeah, thanks again, keep it cool until next time, and see you around, guys. Goodbye.
GNA.